So we would like to get it open. Is it okay if we open it up to the community comment here? So we'd like to open up to community comment on the core investment budget item, which is item 3. Anybody like to address this on this item, please feel free to step forward now. Thank you for waiting. Morning, welcome.
Morning. Hi, Chairman Friend and the Board of Supervisors. Thank you for letting me speak. I'm Deanna Zachary with the Diversity Center. We support LGBTQ folks in Santa Cruz County. I'm thrilled that you have the set-aside funding because it's made a world of difference for us. We support Latinx youth in Watsonville, LGBT youth, ages 12 to 18. And what we heard a few months ago from these youth, these youth, as you know, have a lot of challenges. They have higher depression, higher anxiety, higher levels of assault and being bullied, higher levels of homelessness. And it's so important that we've been talking about homelessness because when you look at our homeless data, you see that there's a increasing number of homeless youth and they're LGBT. So for us, we really try to support the kids. What we find is if these kids get support, they have less anxiety, less depression, less suicidal ideation. They just really thrive. But if their families don't provide support, then the Diversity Center steps in and we have support groups and leadership training and community events that support these kids. So these kids came to us, they're ages 12 to 18, but once they're 18, they have nothing else to support them. And they said, we need help. At 18, we don't have enough support. So we decided to focus this Conexiones program on the transition age youth, ages 18 to 25, to give them support, to give them kind of a chance to thrive, to give them a safe place. So this set-aside funding was crucial for us because we had no funding. And so we applied for this and got funding, proposed funding that we would love for you to support for these LGBTQ youth ages 18 to 25 in Watsonville. They're Latinx, many of them are Spanish speaking, so it's a community that otherwise wouldn't get support. We do have program evaluation data from looking at our youth, ages 12 to 18. We did a survey with them last year. We talked to 49 kids, and we had, 48 kids felt better about themselves by being in the program. 47 felt more comfortable expressing themselves, and 45 knew where to go if they felt unsafe. And finally, 44 of them felt more comfortable coming out as LGBT. So really want to thank you for the set-aside funding, thank the department, and ask for your support for LGBTQ, Latinx kids in Watsonville. Thank you.
Thank you for your work.
Yeah, it's really critical. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, welcome. Thank you for waiting.
Thank you for having me, and thank you, Chairman Friend and the entire Board of Supervisors for this moment. You allow me time right now to tell a story that will personalize the struggles of LGBTQ youth, as my colleague just described. I'm Stella Moreno, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors, Santa Cruz, Diversity Center, Santa Cruz. But I'm also Stella Moreno, former principal of middle school and associate principal of high school in Watsonville for decades. And by the way, a special hello to Supervisor Caput, with whom I've shared the stage at numerous graduations, and good to see you, and congratulations. My story is simple, but it's important. As a school principal in Watsonville and anywhere, your charge is the education and well-being of students. And to do that well, you obviously have to enlist the support and trust of your youth's and children's first teachers, their parents. We had a student that came to our school in middle school. Her name was Liliana, changed the name for obvious reasons. Liliana was a very good student entering middle school. Good grades, effervescent, vital, and confident. And I was her principal at Pajaro Middle School, and she was in a leadership club and well known on campus. And her parents came in to meet with me one day because they were just really, really upset about their child. And I'm thinking, what could be wrong with this perfect child. But for them, it was a real situation where they felt she was a tomboy, identifying with boys. All her friends were boys, and they were really concerned about that. So talked to Liliana, got her into counseling, and talked with the parents more, and she just said, I feel like a boy. That's what I like, that's what I feel like. So there was more conflict at home, things got worse, parents, we had more meetings, and I had the opportunity to become associate principal at Watsonville, so I followed that 8th grade class to Watsonville and stayed there. Parent pressure increased, they knew I was an out lesbian administrator. They would come to me at high school and talk with me, and we had them get involved in counseling with PVPSA and whatnot in Watsonville. And Liliana got involved in the Gay Straight Alliance at the high school. But the parent pressure for this child to gender identify with with females was really, really stressing and creating problems. So.
Can you just very briefly finish up?
Okay, long story short, she eventually, the pressure got too much. She eventually tried to commit suicide with aspirin. She lived, but she just became the student, no grades, missing class, missing school. The Diversity Center Conexiones program is the reason, the reason we've created this program, and we're asking for your funding for kids like this. So at the end of the day, I just want to say that not only are you helping Latinx children, but you're helping families who are going to support those kids. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing the story. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Board of Supervisors. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Jonathan Salinas. I am the Conexiones Program Coordinator through the Diversity Center, as the two previous folks also were. So in my position, my duty is to create events, programs, resources, and spaces in which people of the LGBTQ Latinx community in South County can get together, we can talk, we can share stories, and support each other overall. Each time I go to these youth meetings, I see the importance of programs like this. I see that these programs are more than just a place for these kids to hang out and just come together after school. It's a place where these kids can get together so that they can survive in this world that continues to push them down, so that we can continue to give the resources that are denied from them by so many other channels and systems within our society. And so for me, the importance of this program is to make sure that these kids can live past the age of 18, that can go to 25, 35, 80 years old, superseding their life expectancy due to the hate crimes that they have to endure every single day because of the color of their skin or because of their gender identity or the person that they love. This funding not only will support these youth, but it will continue to help this program grow, as it is one of few in this state. I can probably count on one hand how many programs there are like this within the state of California, and I think that highlights the intense need of the reasons why we need to continue to support queer Latinx youth. Thank you so much for putting forward this recommendation of budget so that we can continue to support these youth and young adults in South County. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Morning, welcome back.
Hi there. I'm here to thank you for not cutting the community programs line, the core budget line. It's been a tough couple of weeks for those of us that are advocating for children for obvious reasons on the larger level, but also, as you mentioned, with your jurisdictional partners that actually did make decisions to cut our funding. And I also want to thank you for thinking of us when it came to the set-aside supplemental funding. Your help will help us to continue to provide quality care for a diverse population of children in our county. And what we hope to be able to continue to do in order to sustain this work is to support our teachers, who are the low-income workers of our county. I just wanted to read a quick line from an article in yesterday's Sentinel about the stark gaps between the haves and the have-nots in the Bay Area. They said, the region is the worst in the nation for service employees and security workers, according to a new analysis by real estate website Rent Cafe. And childcare, maintenance, and food service workers have so little money left after paying living expenses that many are forced into debt or sacrifice health care and other needs. I hear this from my teachers every day. They're not able to go to the doctor. Their kids aren't able to go to summer camp when they're out of school. They're home with a disabled grandma. My teachers are the low-income families that we struggle to provide for. So your help with the set-aside funds will help us to hopefully provide a bit more of a sustainable wage for these people. Thank you very much.
Do you mind sharing your name and organization?
I'm sorry,
That's
Nora
okay.
Caruso from the Santa Cruz Toddler Care Center. Thank you so much.
We know
Thank
you,
you.
Ms. Caruso. Thank you for
Yeah.
your work at the Toddler Center.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, thank you, supervisors and staff. I'm Kate Hinnenkamp from the Community Action Board Santa Cruz County Immigration Project. And I want to thank all of you that spoke up this morning and voiced your support of immigrant families. As we all know, this is I think, unprecedented time for immigrant families, certainly in my lifetime and I think in generations. So it's really, really vital. And I want to thank the county for your ongoing support of immigrant families that are part of our community. Programs like CAB's Immigration Project provide our immigrant neighbors a degree of stability and hope where it's in short supply. As you know, and I wanted to clarify about the funding, SCIP has been receiving $63,000 in core funding this past year, and that's projected for the next 2 years. We also got $30,000 in set-aside funds to support emerging needs, like we've been working with a coalition doing childcare safety planning for families trying to prepare for the possibility of someone in their family being detained, and as well as stepping in with crisis support. We've worked with 11 local families that have been impacted by ICE detentions, and as well as we've been working with the HSD on this purchase order to increase or decrease the drop in enrollments in public benefits like CalFresh and Medi-Cal. So we have county staff coming in every month to our office to do outreach with people who may be eligible for those benefits. We've also been working really closely with Second Harvest Food Bank. They're in our office weekly, actually, doing outreach. And one of the things we found really effective is working with, because people who have public benefits are eligible for an immigration form fee waiver for many services, we actually encourage them to apply for CalFresh or Medi-Cal. If they don't have it, they can save hundreds of dollars on their immigration forms. So we really want to thank you for your support, and we look forward to continuing our partnership in the future.
Thank you, and thank you for your work. Good morning, and welcome.
Morning. Good morning, members of the board and staff. My name is Isai Ambrosio. I'm the director of the Davenport Resource Service Center, and I'm here on behalf of the North Coast community to thank you for supporting our program through the CORE grant. In the last year, we have worked with about 45 families, 12 youth, and 12 seniors. What we have done with them is mainly through case management, monitoring their needs. We started last year just asking them what sort of needs they have. It's mainly food, shelter, and I want to share an example. We started working with about 20 youth last year, and we asked them, what goal do you have for the year? That's one of the aspects we asked them for this grant. And many of them said, I want to improve my grades, I want to get a driver's license. At the end of the year, they wanted to get a job for the summer. So fortunately, we were able to partner with the County Office of Education. And so now about 7 youth are going through the process of getting all their paperwork, all their documents to apply for a job through the county to get a job. So, and we are supporting them through the process with mock interviews and getting ready for them. For most of them, except one, it's going to be their first time actually working. So we believe that that's a great opportunity for them to improve their leadership skills. They're going to be our role models, and they're going to be a great example for the community. So that's just one example of the impact that we can that we can have working together. So I wanted to thank you today for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you, board and staff. I am Joanne Godoy, and I'm the part-time executive director at Pajaro Valley Loaves and Fishes in Watsonville. Thank you for continuing the core funding for our program. Just to let you know, every day we provide more than 125, sometimes up to 150 hot, complete lunches. And then the equivalent of about 1,000 meals to about 60 families that come into our pantry program. They leave with boxes of food, but that's the equivalent of about 1,000 meals. So if you times that by 260 days that we're open a year, you can see that we're providing close to 300,000 meals, both hot in our lunch program and then in produce and canned goods through our pantry program. Something new that we've done this year is to recognize the special needs of those people who don't have kitchens. And we've created these no kitchen boxes that has high quality protein, canned fruits and vegetables, beans, and recognizing the fact that many of our people that have no kitchens are seniors or children, and they have problems chewing. We take that into account so that the foods are safe, sanitary, easy to chew, easy to prepare. So that's where we're focusing there. And I do have to give a shout out to Supervisor Caput, and that he's made a significant personal investment that would consist of about a 10% match on the $10,000 that we're getting through core funding. So I do have to give a shout out. I didn't get permission to recognize you, but he puts his money where his mouth is. And since we feed people, we appreciate that.
Thank you for your comments. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, members of the board. My name is Jorge Ruiz. I'm with Central Coast Center for Independent Living. And for the last 35 years, we have been providing services to people with disabilities in Santa Cruz County and also Monterey County and San Benito County. On behalf of our CISO, our consumers, our staff, our board, and volunteers, we thank you for supporting CISO and recommending us for future funding. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, thank you. Good morning to everyone here. My name is Celia Gackerman. I'm both the executive and clinical director of the Parent Center. And I just want to say that our mission at the Parent Center is to prevent and treat child abuse, improve parenting skills, and help everyone in the family heal. As someone who has been trying to reunify families for over 40 years, I just want to say that I'm in particular pain right now with what is going on, that families are being split apart, and I appreciate your acknowledgement of that as a community and as a board. We are very grateful at the Parent Center to the county for the $5,000 you are giving us as part of core investments. This money will be used for match funding to use Medi-Cal to provide $25,000 worth of professional bilingual counseling services to meet the ongoing needs for therapeutic wraparound treatment for the most at-need children in our community who have diagnosable mental health issues. All of our therapists at the Parent Center in this contract are licensed practitioners who use evidence-based practice and rigorous evaluation tools, and I look forward to sharing our results with you as they occur. I look forward also to continue serving children with open child welfare cases, as well as children in our general community. Thank you again for this honor.
Thank you. Good morning, welcome. Thank you all for waiting.
My name is Freda Oral, and I work with Meals on Wheels with Robbie and Carol behind me. And I would just like to say thank you very much for the additional money that you gave our program. The majority of our clients are homeless, and we asked them one day if they could please jot down their feelings about why they like this program and why they come to this program. And we've put that together in pamphlets so that each of you can read them, and maybe you could exchange them with yourselves so that you can get a full idea of why these people come to the program. Again, we appreciate very much your support for the program. And that
Thank
was
you.
Meals on Wheels.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Carol Childers with Meals on Wheels. First of all, I want to start my first thank you. Thank you for the $85,000 supplemental funds. Thank you, thank you. Also, you know, we did a lot of talk about the homeless population. At our Loudon Nelson Center, our recent demographics show that 47% of the clients we're serving lunch to, Monday through Friday, are homeless. So our center down there is unique from the other ones, you know, all over the county, in that it's a safe haven. Our folks that come there, they know that they're going to get a good hot meal, they're safe, and they can relax. And it's so important to those folks, so thank you. I also want to thank you on behalf of the home-delivered folks. I know Bruce speaks highly of our adventures when we go out in the boondocks. I have a new boondock for you. We are now serving a woman. We pull off Highway 17. She waits on the side. She lives up a trail in a trailer. And it's because of funding from folks, the county, that we are able to provide services to this really, really sweet woman. And thank you, Bruce, for making Penny's birthday special. Thank you.
Thank you for your work. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning. My name is Kimberly, and I am the YW Teens Coordinator with the YWCA of Watsonville. And first of all, I want to thank everybody for their past support to the YWCA through funding. Today, I want to talk about the YW Teen Program. In the past, we were funded by the state to address high teen pregnancy rates in about 5 middle schools. Unfortunately, that was eliminated in 2011. From then, we only continued in 1 middle school with a small grant from the Green Mountain Coffee. Last year, we were able to add 1 other middle school with a $17,000 grant from the Community Foundation of Santa Cruz to focus on social and emotional development of middle school girls. Next year, we will continue with this school only, commonly known now as Girls Paving the Way. When CORE emphasized the need to provide evidence-based curriculum, which we have been doing since 2011, along with our high score on the application, we were surprised when we received no funding. However, we understand that there are many community needs through CORE. To continue to provide services, we applied for the emerging needs, mainly for our summer program, to cover the cost of providing that safe space to community members, for partner meetings, for trainings, and including serving our lunches over the summer, who we partner with Community Bridges. We do receive the lunches for free. However, funding is needed to hire people to be able to provide those lunches, to be able to provide the activities, and the cost of supplies. We know it's a quality program because even though there are 12 sites in total participating, we have been consistently in the top 3, and in Watsonville, we are the top site serving lunches. We serve around averaging 1,500 lunches every summer. This year, we did not receive any funding from the county. It is difficult for us to get funding from other sources when our own local government is not providing any financial support, which indicates that perhaps this is no longer a need. So I'd like to thank you for your consideration, and I hope that today we learned something new about our summer program. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you all for waiting.
Hi, good morning. Paulina Moreno, Thriving Immigrants Initiative Project Director with Community Action Board. Dear supervisors and staff, thank you for your leadership and vision to support programs that are tangibly improving the lives of immigrants in our county. As you heard last night, Thriving Immigrants Collaborative is CAB's newest initiative that was brought together as a response to the political landscape and the federal administration's anti-immigrant actions that have definitely impacted our community. This is an extension of what CAB currently provides as immigration services, and we are focused to work with families that are most vulnerable, our undocumented families that have limited pathways to immigration remedies. Your support will ensure we can expand our current case management work, which helps families navigate the process of finding legal representation, accessing needed services, and exercising their rights. Our case manager is currently working with families where at least one member of their family is in detention. that work consists of find legal representation to help family understand and navigate the complexity of detention, work with the family to gather important documents of the detainee, and assess need and work with the family to provide referrals and obtain services such as rental assistance, food, transportation, and the like. It will also help ensure we are able to continue the important education and outreach that we conduct to provide the latest information on immigration. Now more than ever, we need your commitment to ensure we can support families in our county. We respectfully request your support in the full amount of funding we requested in our set-aside proposal, and would like for you to direct county staff to work with us to create a county-wide immigration strategy that mirrors your 3x3 plan and homeless strategy that will ensure immigrants in our county feel safe, will take advantage of resources they are eligible, and protect family unity. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Chairman Friend, Board of Supervisors, and staff. My name's Andrea Taleo. I'm with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Santa Cruz County, and I just want to say thank you so much for your core funding support, which has enabled us to provide new services at Live Oak, or increase our service Live Oak, and also for your supplemental funding for the Joe and Linda Aliberti Clubhouse, which we've just added 150 members, and we're serving over 75 kids a day right now. Your core funding is providing after-school programs, a safe place to come for over 2,500 kids, ages 6 to 18. And, you know, without the funding from the county and city and our other supporters, these kids really would not really have a really safe place to come that's affordable, with support services around academics, staying healthy, teen programs, and being able to be supported by mentors. So thank you very much. Moving forward, I really want to compliment you, Ellen, because the conversations around collective impact are significant in terms of being able to share resources for thousands of kids. And just being able to open up those dialogues has been incredibly important, and I just want to thank you for moving those conversations forward. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your important work.
Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you very much for allowing me to speak. I'm Melissa Vieira from Families in Transition, and I just wanted to thank you for not only the core support, which is helping us address the housing supply aspect of homelessness and the expansion in Santa Cruz, but also the set-aside safety amount, which will help us continue to provide services to undocumented immigrants in South County. So, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Morning.
Laura Jacobs with Emmeline Preschool Center, and I just wanted to say thank you for your support and for the county for the acknowledgement of the additional funds this year. And that's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning. Creighton Mendeville, Senior Citizens Legal Services, and I'd like to thank you all for being in suits so I don't feel overdressed up here talking to you. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the stuff that we do that doesn't show up in the reports. So Senior Legal helps 600 senior clients a year, but we do that through mainly advocates from UCSC. We have them from the Legal Studies Department, psychology, sociology, and we train about 6 to 10 of those every year. And we also have law students who come through and do summer internship programs with us. And we train them on senior issues. And these, to me, are the leaders of tomorrow. These are the people who are going to be supporting senior issues moving forward. In the past 6 years that I've been with them, with Senior Citizens Legal Services, we have 11 new attorneys that have come through our program who are now practicing law, 3 of which practice law here in Santa Cruz. We have 7 of our advocates who are currently in law school, and 3 who are starting law school in the fall of this year. So these are the changes that we are making that doesn't show up in the reports, but we're also trying to affect the youth and the future through Senior Legal, and the grant money that you've given us is going to help us in our outreach for that. Thank you.
Thank you for your work. Good morning. Thank you for waiting.
Good morning. I'm Marina Racine. I'm one of the youth of tomorrow. I'm a law student at Santa Clara, and I'm working with Senior Citizens Legal Services. I just want to thank you for the support that you give to that organization. It's helped me see the need for more compassionate lawyers and more compassionate legal services in the community, and I just want to thank you for the support.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome back.
Buenos días. First, I want to thank you for the core funding for everybody that is doing work. I'm not going to go through all the stuff that we do. We've been around for over 40 years, and I want to thank for the funding that we've gotten. But I'm here more to speak about for those that don't come here and those that are doing work out there without no funding and don't have the capacity to write proposals, but they're still out there every day. So I want to say my deeply respects for those folks. And lastly, I just want to point out that we need to do something about the violence in our streets and to create some kind of street outreach that is willing and wanting to hit the streets. People don't do that no more. And we've had an increase in violence. So maybe in the future, you can start looking at how do we reach those individuals that are out there in the shot callers. And after 26 years doing work in prisons, I've learned a few things, but we're still not reaching that community. And I would really, advise you to start looking at that, because if we don't, we're gonna see a bigger increase. And we have to do something, street outreach, that's not tied to law enforcement, so we don't lose the credibility that we have in the streets and in the prisons and in the jails. So I hope you take that into heart. Thank you for your support.
And Nane, your name and organization for the record?
Nane Alejandres, Barrios Unidos, Santa Cruz.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to address us on the core investments? Good morning.
Morning. These critical services are really imperative as we go forward, and I do appreciate the Meals on Wheels and also money being allocated for the Diversity Center. They have a lot of wonderful people that do need that. I know a lot of people within my community, American-born Mexican, that are struggling with, coming out, and this is a real issue. So being money allocated to the Diversity Center really helps so to deal with people just coming out and also dealing with the suicidal rate. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else like to address us during the core investments? Please. Is there anybody else after this speaker? Good morning, welcome.
Morning, my name is Carly Memley. I'm the Program Director for Suicide Prevention Service, and I work with Family Service Agency and Survivors Healing Center. We just want to thank you for your continued support for our agency, for our programs. We're working really diligently to help people in our community be safe, to continue to expand our services, to implement new evidence-based programming, even in the face of flat funding or funding cuts. So your support means a lot. It goes a really long way. And specifically for the core funding here for Survivors Healing Center, providing services to